Hey everyone! Today I am making a video for you over story sequencing and the playlist that I have selected of 3 videos compiled together that you can use to get your students excited and engaged to learn about story sequencing. And the order that I have listed the videos is how I would probably play them and use them and introduce story sequencing to my students, because it just really builds. One video builds on the next video, which builds on the next video, which you are getting ready to see as I explain them to you. So in the first video, which is created by Jack Hartman, and we all love Jack Hartman, he creates some great education videos. His video is over the parts of the story, like the basic parts of the story. So like the beginning of the story, the middle of the story, the end of the story. He talks about characters, he talks about elements of the story. And I just think this is a really good way to establish a foundation to talk about story sequencing, because students are going to need to have that prior knowledge in order to understand how to sequence out the events of the story. Like the beginning, what happened to this character at the beginning, what happened to the character in the middle, what happened at the end, or like first, second, third, So yeah, that's the first video I have chosen on my playlist for story sequencing. The next video I have chosen talks about story sequencing and keywords that students could recognize within a story that would help them locate the sequencing of the story. So we have keywords like then, first, second, in conclusion, finally, and it just gives some really good examples on story sequencing, and it works with students at the end of the video on one story together. So they're modeling for the students how to sequence a story out using those keywords. And then finally, the last video I have chosen comes with a challenge, and I kind of really liked this idea for assignment after I watched this video. But anyway, it contains content similar to what's in the second video. So it talks about like the steps of figuring out story sequencing and keywords that can help you recognize the sequencing of the story. But at the end of the video, it challenges students to write their own story using keywords, key story sequencing words. So creating their own story, sequencing it out. So using the keywords like first, finally, then, in conclusion. So just using all that. And I think this is a really fun challenge because it's gonna give students a lot of room for creativity, and it's gonna really help them understand and apply story sequencing. So I hope you all really enjoyed this video, and that these 3 videos I have chosen are helpful for you when you are teaching your students story sequencing.